I am Father Alejandro Olayo Mendez. I am a Jesuit from the US West Province. I'm currently working at the School of Social Work at Boston College. To talk about migration, we need to acknowledge that migration is one of the most ancient human dynamics. People have moved through ages, and we will keep moving. I think the current context and climate around migration, around human mobility, is not so much that people want to move, but how people move, especially in this time, because they move often seeking better opportunities for their lives. Sometimes they flee conflict. Sometimes they flee because they cannot find livelihoods where they are living. And in a way, searching for better opportunities somewhere else, it's always something that is deep within us. So I think the challenge is how can we foster and how can we facilitate the movement of people, of everybody, in better circumstances. We need to understand that we are missionaries. So in a way, if you want to look at this, if we were allowed to look at it this way, we have been migrants since the very beginning. Jesuits have gone all over the world. We are one of the largest religious congregations with presence all over the world. Now, we move to serve vulnerable populations. And in a way, probably it is not that we have not done it in the past, more specifically with migrants, but it's with Pedro Arrupe that we recognize that the JRS, the Jesuit Refugee Services, is created. At some point, you have people fleeing from Asia, coming to the United States, and Arrupe, the general at that time, feels so compelled to serve this population that he says in a telegram that provinces need to make available men to support this work. And that is the emergence, in a way, the birth of the Jesuit refugee services. As we have been moving through time, it has become clear that working with migrants, accompanying migrants, serving migrants, advocating for migrants, it's one of our priorities. Universities, in a way, always have been interested in raising awareness or creating more synergies that can help the needs or serve the needs of migrants. But I think we need to look at it at different levels. One of the most immediate ones is how do we educate the students that pass through our institutions, how do we educate them to become more aware of the issues that human mobility involve? How do we educate them to be more sensitive to the needs of people, to really thinking that, yes, it's migration, but migration is about people, about concrete individuals. And then probably the other one has to do more with how do we do research about it? Because the other thing is like, yes, as institutions, we want to be involved in the conversations where decisions are made about these people, about the well-being of these people. I think more recently, probably we are trying to be more purposeful about it. We want to be more effective, maybe a strong word, but we want to be able to create more synergies. So the efforts that we do are not duplicated, but really kind of contribute to the work of others, to the different networks that we have, like the International Association of Jesuit Universities. I think one thing that we try to do is to really hear from one another and to say, okay, without claiming that these are the best practices, what type of projects can we develop or we are working on that can serve as a model, as an idea that others can look at it? One of the collaborative efforts that we are doing right now is through the International Association of Jesuit Universities Task Force on Migration. So in the task force that I am part of, we have been having, probably since March, we have been having regular conversations about what does it mean to really work with migrants? How can we better serve, or how can better the universities serve the needs of migrants and refugees? In the task force, we have people from Europe, you have people from Africa, you have people from Asia, people from Latin America, people from the United States. And it has been a very, very rich encounter. To talk about the future it's a bit challenging. I want to start by saying that the task force that was created through the International Association of Jesuit Universities was a request from Father General. Father General posed the question to institutions of higher education. How can you, talking to universities, how can you better serve the needs of migrants and refugees? So if you want to look at the future, we need to somehow provide in the next years answer or concrete answers to that question. Anything that institutions of higher education do need to respond even also to the call of the Pope. We need to protect, to promote, to advocate, and to serve migrants. That is the four verbs that Francis has advocated and put forward. So in a way, how can we, from these institutions of higher learning, serve or respond in different ways, in concrete ways, to this call from Francis? And deep down, in the end, is like, how can we accompany and work with migrants and refugees to build a better world?